he stay dropping them bangers.
Use that poker, don't let nobody see you, man. Too much mud, sipping on junk to reap, man. Scroll through pictures of myself, gotta face my demons, man. If no one knows, I'm doing myself.
What is up, YouTube? It is Showtime and I'm back with it again, another video. Now in today's video we are going to be going over some of the most underrated badges on NBA 2K22. I'm going to have a video that's going to follow up with the most overrated badges on NBA 2K22. This video is kind of more to help you guys use badges that I think are more useful, just to give you guys a tip on the right direction you guys should be going when selecting which badges you guys want to use. So if you guys do want more videos like this, leave a like, comment, subscribe. It is greatly appreciated. This video is not going to be too elongated, not too crazy, just kind of putting my opinion out there on some badges and kind of helping you guys form and structure the best badge setup you guys can possibly build. So yeah, once again, please do like, comment, subscribe. We'll go straight to the video of some of the most underrated badges on NBA 2K22. So we get started. We're not even going to cut the clip. We're going to go straight raw clip, boom, one take. So for the finishing, we have some finishing badges here that are severely underrated that we have to go over. Now, one I have to say that is underrated off rip is still the Grace Under Pressure badge. Still very underrated. I like this badge a whole lot. What it does is boost effectiveness on standing shots under or near the basket. Personally, as a comp center who's 95% of the time sitting at the basket because I am letting my guard ISO, which is the meta, I am under the basket, and anytime I'm taking a layup, this is going to boost the effectiveness of me taking it, which is going to increase my chances of making those layups. So this is a criminally underrated badge. If you find yourself not in a lot of pick and roll situations and you find yourself on the box kind of isoing, like you're letting your guard ISO a lot, this is the badge for you and I highly recommend it. So a very underrated badge right there. Now another underrated finishing badge I'd say is Mouse in the House. If you guys have a build anything over 6'9" or 10, I would say, you guys anything maybe at 6'9" plus, I say 6'10" plus to be honest, Mouse in the House is going to be really good. What this does is it gives a boost on layups if the opponent, meaning the person who's guarding you, is much smaller. So the predominant percentage of centers who play stage today, I realize, are 6'7" and 6'8". So if you are kind of taller than that, you're going to be able to take advantage of that, and that's why I feel like it's so good. That's why I feel like personally 6'10" centers are in my top 3 builds you guys can make. They're really fun, really good, and a badge like this just completely makes making that type of build worth it. So number 2, we got the Mouse in the House badge. Now another underrated badge, I don't know if it's underrated necessarily, but Unstrippable is just really good. You guys are just going to really need this. Ball Stripper seems to be a really good badge. One time I was using this on nothing and I was absolutely getting mashed by steals. So Unstrippable is good. Personally, I recommend you guys use it on silver or gold, and it should work just fine there. Personally, I see most people using it gold, so it's still an underrated badge in my books. I feel like everyone focuses on the big league ones. We're not going to be going over Limitless. These are not underrated badges. People know about those badges and they're most commonly used, so I do not feel the need to. Another underrated badge I'd say is probably Giant Slayer. If you guys are 6'7" and your opponent is like 6'9", 6'10", it could work very well. I feel like Giant Slayer and Mouse in the House works better when the height difference between you and your opponent is like 2 inches. I don't know how well it works when there's like one person 6'7", one person 6'8". I don't feel like it works that great, but Giant Slayer can be great if you're a 6'7" build. If you're going up against someone 6'9", maybe even 6'8", it'll activate a lot better. I believe it should still work if the opponent's 6'8". So if you're a 6'7" build, feel free to use this badge. And honestly, that's it. I don't really feel like any of the other badges here are underrated per se. I feel like they're rated pretty well and commonly used. Now we're gonna get into the defensive section. I'm an inside big man, so I'm trying to cover that first. Some underrated badges here is Menace. You guys have got to be using Menace. For those of you guys who are not, I don't know what you're doing. This game, it literally is built and consists of double teams, so Menace is going to help you with that. Whether you guys are doing trappers, inbound steals, Menace is going to help you. So I still feel it's underrated, not you know, kind of spoken about enough maybe in the lock community, but as centers you guys must be using this badge too. I highly recommend it. So Menace is another underrated badge in my opinion. Another underrated badge here, I don't want to say underrated, but I kind of do at the same time because I love this badge so much, is Pickpocket. Like if you have this on Hall of Fame, it's even better, but honestly I rock out with it on gold. I feel like it works best for me at gold. That's where exactly my sweet spot. Pickpocket is hand in hand with Menace. double team is so prevalent this year, so this is going to help you with steals. And another badge we have to go over that is underrated is the ball stripper badge. On bronze, it is perfect. I'm telling you guys, it works similar to pickpocket. If you guys know that someone is attacking the basket on you, especially when they're taller, like say you're a 6'7" or a 6'8" with a high steal, and anybody 6'8", especially if they're like a bigger center build than you, you're gonna get the ball stripper like I'd say 70% of the times. I really love the ball stripper badge, so ball stripper is a very underrated badge for you guys to be using. Honestly, I don't feel as if there's any other underrated badges. I guess we could say worm. Like some people use it, but you've got to know how to use it. I have a video out on it, so just search up in your YouTube tab HeyShowtime worm badge, and then you guys should see the video. It could be underrated. It's underrated depending on, you know, I feel like majority of the community does not know how to use it, therefore it is underrated. I don't feel as if it's a needed badge, but it's still underrated, and if you guys know how to use it, it can definitely work in your advantage. So we're definitely gonna have worm there. For the playmaking, we do have some underrated badges here for sure, and I want to say shout out to glue hands. Glue hands is a very underrated badge. When you guys are catching passes, I feel like this even helps you on your inbound more in every other aspect of catching the ball, whether that be on the fast break, inbounds, wherever. Glue hands is going to work for you. It's really, really good, especially if you're a catch and shooter. So please use glue hands. It's very good. Honestly, I don't use it because I'm just at the box most of the time, but it's still a great badge. Like I used to use it. It's really, really good. Another underrated badges for you big men out there is probably honestly, I feel like everything else here is pretty. Oh no, we gotta go over this one. We gotta go over post playmaker. Post playmaker is criminally underrated. What this does is boost the shot percentage on passes made out of the post to a shooter. I find that a lot of the times I'm making passes out of the paint, so it's kind of like a dimer for centers because we can't get dimer like true big men. So post playmaker is basically a dimer for you. Very, very underrated badge. Another underrated badge we have to go over is needle threader. I feel like in the beginning of the year when I was struggling with my inbounds, I used this and it worked, but I've kind of mastered inbounds now, so I do not use it any longer. But if you find yourself struggling with inbound passes, feel free to put on the needle threader badge. It is very, very good. And there's another badge we have to absolutely go over. Now this badge is not popular for big men, but it's more popular for you guards out there, and that would be the special delivery badge. Even as a center, if you know how to use this and you're using it, you could really be a game changer for your team. What this does is increases alley-oop success and shot chance for receivers after a flashy pass, but it actually does more. It's actually a takeover booster. So if you guys are making flashy passes and the person on the other end of the pass is finishing and giving you the assist, you guys can get into team takeover extremely fast. So special delivery is very underrated, criminally underrated, and is a badge that definitely should be used, especially by guards. If you're a center out there and you find yourself making a lot of passes, you can definitely throw this on. You guys have to equip flashy passes too, and then it should work very well for you guys. So that's basically it for the playmaking badges. For the shooting, honestly, I'm not no shooting center. You know, I don't like to speak on things I'm not well educated on because I feel like you just start to look stupid. But there are a few badges that I do know can be underrated. One would be clutch shooter. This is really good. I feel like the clutch shooter badge works anywhere after, I don't know if it's your team or just if the score gets past 15 points, clutch shooter starts to activate. So this can be a really important badge for you poppers out there for sure. So feel free to use clutch shooter. Any other underrated badges I would say? I say lucky number 7 is underrated for sure. It gives a boost to early shot clock jumpers, but I don't find popper scoring in the first 7 seconds. This is more of a guard badge. So if you're a guard out there watching this video, lucky number 7 can work very, 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 very well for you. We got, honestly, I feel like that's it. I really don't feel set shooter is underrated. Like set shooter was horrible last year, so that's why people pick on it now, but set shooter is actually a really, really good badge, especially if you like to take your time before your jump shots. But honestly, I don't find many poppers taking their time for their jump shots because everyone's using base 3 now and faster jump shots. But no, set shooter is raw. I'm not gonna lie, if I was using base 3, I would probably have this badge on because I'd use set shooter. Set shooter I think is an underrated badge. Every other badge here is pretty cool. Kind of aware of slippery off ball, I guess. That's what I use. It helps me with my slips on my roll, and that's basically it. So that is all for today's video, guys. I hope you guys did enjoy this video detailing all the most underrated badges in my opinion. I just realized I might have left out a few playmaking because I'm not on a playmaking build, but honestly I'm a big man, so you know what it is, but yeah, I hope you guys did enjoy the video. Please do leave a like, comment, and subscribe. It is greatly appreciated, and I will see you guys in the next one.